Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. What's wrong with Amy Slaton and Michael Halterman's baby boy? At this point, fans of 1,000 Pounds Sisters have no choice but to assume Amy and Michael Halterman are under a gag order from TLC when it comes to the status of their baby boy. We assume the birth and first look of Gage Dion will come during the season finale of the TLC series. But this week's episode of the series left fans on a pretty troubling cliffhanger. Is something wrong with Amy and Michael Halterman's baby boy? Warning: spoilers from 1,000 Pounds Sisters Season 2, Episode 8 titled Everybody Hurts. Amy hides her contractions as Tammy Slaton expresses pain. The very end of tonight's episode is concerning for fans of the Slaton sisters. On one hand, fans are concerned for Amy Slaton Halterman and her baby boy. Likewise, fans are just as concerned for Tammy, who seemed to be struggling a bit. It was determined that Tammy just had a Charlie horse, which, as anyone knows, can be extremely painful. The show's on-set medic was called out to help Tammy when they struggled to relieve her of the Charlie horse. After looking at her tongue, the medic assumed Tammy Slaton was likely dehydrated. He questioned if she'd had much water, and then she was provided with a bottle of water to drink. Attention quickly shifted when they realized Tammy Slaton's sister Amy Halterman was in distress. Everyone feared for Amy, and they feared for the baby. Amy admits she's been hiding and ignoring contractions all day. But the pain was getting severe, and she was to the point of tears. Is there something wrong with Amy Slaton Halterman's baby? During tonight's episode, Amy Slaton Halterman reveals things aren't going so well with the pregnancy. Turns out, her baby boy is actually losing weight in the womb, and the doctors are concerned he's underweight. So, a premature birth could be very dangerous for him. Naturally, Amy is concerned for both herself and her baby boy. She doesn't want to go into labor 5 weeks early. Moreover, she fears for a C-section. After all, the doula warned her it was possible. And the psychic told her it wouldn't be a smooth labor. Could the baby Slaton Halterman baby come early? The end of tonight's episode leaves fans of 1,000 Pounds Sisters worried the baby might come early. And this means he could spend a significant amount of time in the NICU. Unfortunately, the episode does end leaving us with more questions than answers. And the TLC gag order likely prevents any baby news from coming out until after Gage is born. Here's hoping we get to see that beautiful baby boy soon. And that everything ends up being all right. 1,000 Pounds Sisters have followed Amy Slaton's emotional journey from struggling with her health to becoming a proud mother. But recently, concern has swept through her fan base after cryptic social media posts and odd behavior online left many wondering. What's going on with Amy and Michael Halterman's baby boy? Rumors began swirling when Amy shared a late-night TikTok video where she appeared tearful and distracted. The video, featuring a quiet nursery in the background, had the caption, "Pray for my baby." She didn't say much else, just looked into the camera and whispered, "Sometimes life's not fair." Within hours, the clip was deleted, but fans had already taken screenshots and started speculating. A history of struggle and strength. Amy's motherhood journey hasn't been an easy one. Fans remember how deeply she wanted children even before undergoing bariatric surgery. After losing significant weight, she was finally able to carry her first son, Gage, to term, a joyous moment that many viewers celebrated right alongside her. But between sleepless nights, a demanding filming schedule, and her tumultuous relationship with Michael Halterman, Amy's second pregnancy was marked by visible stress. She often admitted on 1,000 Pounds Sisters that being a mom of 2 under 2 was the hardest thing I've ever done. So when whispers started that something might be wrong with her youngest boy, Glenn, fans were already emotionally invested. The post that sparked panic. Everything seemed fine for a while, cute baby updates, milestone photos, and plenty of proud mom energy. Then, about a week ago, Amy posted a photo of a hospital wristband and a baby's tiny hand gripping her finger. The caption read, "My little man's stronger than he looks." Comments immediately flooded in. "Is Glenn okay, Amy? We're worried. Sending prayers, girl. Stay strong. What happened to your baby?" But Amy offered no explanation. The next day, she went quiet on all social media platforms. Even her sister Tammy, usually quick to share or comment on her posts, stayed silent. That's when fans began to speculate that something serious might have happened. Michael's silence speaks volumes. Complicating matters is Amy's ongoing separation from Michael Halterman. The pair, who filed for divorce earlier this year, have reportedly been struggling to maintain civility while co-parenting. Michael hasn't appeared in Amy's content in months, and when asked about him during a live stream, Amy just rolled her eyes and said, "We're focused on the kids, that's all I'm gonna say." But now, with Amy's mysterious posts and silence, fans noticed something else. Michael's Facebook page showed a cryptic quote, "Some storms are meant to show you who can swim." It didn't take long for viewers to connect the dots and wonder if the couple's son was caught in the middle of something more emotional, and potentially medical, than anyone realized. Family support and cryptic clues. Tammy Slaton, who has been thriving in her own health journey, finally made a small but telling move. On her Instagram story, she reposted a quote that read, "Family first, always. Especially when life hits hard." That simple post, without context, sent 1,000-pound Sisters fans into a frenzy. Many took it as a sign that Amy and Tammy were rallying together to handle a private crisis involving Glenn. Even Amanda Halterman, their outspoken half-sister, chimed in with her own post. "Nothing hurts more than seeing a baby go through something they don't deserve." None of them mentioned names, but everyone knew who they were talking about. Hospital sightings in Dixon. Adding more fuel to the fire, fans in Dixon, Kentucky, claimed to have spotted Amy outside a children's hospital earlier this week. One eyewitness told a fan group on Facebook, "Amy looked tired, like she hadn't slept. She was holding a diaper bag and walking fast. She didn't look like she wanted to talk." A nurse who allegedly works in pediatrics also commented anonymously on Reddit, writing, "Can't say much, but let's just say a familiar face from 1,000-pound Sisters has been visiting our ward for a few days now. The baby's getting good care." The post was quickly deleted, but screenshots spread like wildfire. What could be wrong? Of course, no one outside the family truly knows what's going on. Some fans have speculated that baby Glenn may have a respiratory issue, something common in premature or high-risk babies. Others believe he might have been injured accidentally, given how hectic Amy's household can be with 2 small children and limited help. There's also the emotional toll Amy's been under. Friends have reported that she's been barely holding it together, especially since filming for the next season of 1,000-pound Sisters resumed. Sources claim she begged producers not to include any footage involving her kids' medical issues. "She's protective of her babies," one insider shared. "Whatever's happening, Amy doesn't want to make it part of the show." Tammy steps up as support. One silver lining in all of this chaos is how Tammy has stepped up for her sister. The two have had a rocky relationship at times, but now they seem closer than ever. Tammy reportedly drove several hours to stay with Amy during this uncertain time. Neighbors said they've seen her coming and going, helping with groceries, and even taking care of Gage so Amy can focus on Glenn's care. "It's like the roles are reversed," one fan commented online. "Tammy used to be the one everyone worried about. Now she's the strong one helping Amy get through her storm." The heartbreaking possibility. Though most fans are praying it's just a scare, there's a heartbreaking possibility that Amy's son might be dealing with something long-term. Amy has previously spoken about her own health issues, diabetes, high blood pressure, and complications during pregnancy, and she's always been open about her fears that her children could inherit similar problems. If Glenn is indeed facing medical challenges, Amy may be retreating from the spotlight to focus on him fully. As one fan put it on Reddit, "If she's quiet, it's not because she doesn't care, it's because she's fighting for her kid in private." That's the kind of mom Amy is. Hope amid the worry. Despite the rumors, some fans remain hopeful. A few days after deleting her posts, Amy updated her TikTok profile picture to a smiling photo of Glenn wearing a dinosaur onesie. No caption, no explanation, just a quiet reassurance that maybe things aren't as dire as everyone feared. Still, the silence from both Amy and Michael lingers like a cloud over the fanbase. Until she's ready to share more, supporters are left sending messages of love, lighting virtual candles, and flooding her comment sections with hope. "We love you, Amy. Stay strong for those boys. Prayers for little Glenn, he's got a warrior mama. No matter what's wrong, that baby's got the whole world cheering for him." Whatever Amy Slaton is going through, one thing is certain: she's not facing it alone. Her fans, her family, and her own resilience are right there beside her, through every sleepless night, every hospital visit, and every small victory in between.